I've chosen to research a recent innovation in the publishing world, which is the use of non-textual abstracts, summaries, and papers. My main purpose is to reflect on how these innovations impact the process of communicating research results, including how well research is comprehended and discovered. So, what is a non-textual abstract, summary, or paper? Well, these are graphical or video images that convey research concepts and results in an easily digestible manner. There are a few different types of these images, including visual abstracts, central illustrations, visual storytelling, and graphical papers. The first three of these are most commonly used as supplements to a text-based publication, while the last of these is actually used in lieu of a text-based paper. I'll focus on the first and the last of these in this presentation. Further discussion, though, including the other types, is available in my accompanying paper. This is an example of a visual abstract. As you can see, it contains both words and graphical objects, and all of these are organized so that the reader gets a sense for the paper at a glance. Now, a standard format for these has been suggested, including, among other things, a summary of the key question, a summary of the outcomes, author and citation information, and quantitative data for each outcome. In addition, the structure of the visual abstract helps you easily see each of the key parts of the research. Visual abstracts are used most heavily in the medical field, but they're also being promoted by some within the software industry. In both of these industries, progress is fast-paced, and readers' attentions are drawn in a lot of different directions by the sheer volume of publications. They need an efficient way of screening papers that might be of interest to them. In addition, they need to convey information to team members or other stakeholders who may not all have the same vocabulary. And the graphical format helps do this. Now, as noted above, the visual abstract does not replace the textual paper, nor does it typically replace its textual abstract. Rather, it serves as a supplemental means of increasing visibility and understanding of the paper. Thus, a paper with a visual abstract is typically discoverable by searching metadata and full text. But, in addition, the visual abstract can be used in journal browsing, presentations, or social media posts to give the community a quick glance at new papers that may be of interest to them. Still further opportunities for usefulness exist during the research process, but only if the visual abstracts can be prominently displayed in search results pages. In contrast to visual abstracts, graphical papers don't just contain a graphical version of the abstract, but the whole paper is heavily graphical. Some authors choose to sprinkle a few explanatory textual paragraphs in the graphical paper. Others are fully graphical, as is the paper illustrated here. As you can see, sketched words and graphics are blended to provide the reader with a complete understanding of the research being presented. The only discipline that is currently using this type of communication is the graphical arts or design arts, where much of the information to be communicated is graphical anyway. Still, one may argue that other disciplines, including the fine arts, approach this type of graphical communication in their work. So you may be thinking, why would anyone want to change the time-honored standard of text-based publication? Well, as already mentioned, many researchers are drowning in a sea of text. Graphical objects not only highlight work and help researchers become aware of and efficiently find relevant work, but they also help improve comprehension of that research. In addition, some have noted that the process of distilling the research to a main contribution that can be presented graphically helps authors focus their research. As an added bonus, the rigor provided by the visual abstracting process may actually help make indexing more consistent and focused on key contributions. So these are some of the key benefits. What are the challenges? Well, because most of our metadata systems have been long focused on textual works, they don't always accommodate non-text items as well. The solution here may be as simple as mapping text-biased field names to non-text object attributes, but some work is required here. Likewise, search engine results pages need to accommodate the display of graphical images better so that they can help the researcher scan for relevant results. Google is actually leading the way in this area by becoming more graphical in the way that they present search results. As a final item, for graphical papers where searchable text is a minimum, discoverability will indeed suffer. Now let me say a couple of more things in this area. A growing area of research is object recognition and image searching. To sample how functional an image search engine from Google might be in finding concepts to be found within graphical papers, I searched for items found on a page from a graphical paper shown here. First, I searched the whole image, and then the smaller section of the image shown in boxes A and B. To my delight, Google found the referenced paper in 2 of the 3 searches. However, the related topics and similar images suggested by Google were not generally helpful. This suggests that the graphical search algorithms still have a ways to go before they can, quote, comprehend a sketch and give us the graphical equivalent of full text or subject searches. It will be interesting to watch what happens in these increasingly graphical publications. Thanks a lot for your listening.